Said he'd never fight a rapist.
Was there bad blood then for a few years between you or between the camps?
Well, not on my part. It's never been bad blood. There's things that I greatly admire about Mike. Explosive moves, and he's a student of the game, and he's the one that, I guess in general in boxing, was fading out. He's the one that kind of brought interest back into boxing.
Tyson's release and return to glory paved the way, finally.
He said that he would never fight a rapist.
Under the darkest cloud, 12 years after they'd first met. For Holyfield, his greatest win. For Tyson, respect but regret.
I haven't been training properly. There's a lot of things I just haven't been doing, disciplining myself well. And I'm going to just try this one time to do the right thing.
He's brought back trainer Richie Giacchetti, and despite another postponement, Tyson now has the chance to match Holyfield's place in history.
After me, he'll be another 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. I'm sure.
Will Mike Tyson be that one?
Well, maybe not in this round. Maybe at some point in time when I decide to relinquish the title.
Well, that's by way of a warning to Tyson, I suppose. When you're in the middle of a fight like this, Duke, is it impossible to take it as a standalone, or do you have to think about what happened the last time?
I think you've got to think about what happened the last time, particularly, the way the fight ended. And I genuinely believe that Holyfield is going to do exactly the same, if not, go one step better and end Mike Tyson's career finally. Because Mike Tyson can't change. He can't outbox Evander Holyfield, and Holyfield can outbox Tyson. But what Holyfield showed in the last fight was that he could outmuscle and outpunch and outstrength Tyson. So, whichever way I look at it, I just can't see Tyson pulling it off. Unless he gets off to such a good start, like in the first couple of rounds, and nails Holyfield early, which I just don't think he can do. I just don't think he will do.
Eyeball to eyeball, Tyson and Holyfield, but whose arm will be lifted on Saturday night? Tyson's noisy cheerleader, Crocodile, was trying to provoke Holyfield.
This time you're fighting Iron Mike Tyson, and there's no man in the heavyweight division gonna beat him. You fought Mike the first time. You didn't fight Iron Mike Tyson. You fought Mike.
But nothing short of the outbreak of World War itself would seemingly ruffle Holyfield, though Tyson has always hated these media gatherings, holding most reporters and their questions in complete contempt.
I'm not going to answer your question. I'm all right. I'm okay.
Did you make a mistake in the first fight that you planned to correct this fight? Was it something that you overlooked?
Sure, I lost the first fight. That's the biggest mistake there is. Yeah, exactly. We're corrected by winning. I'm confident I'm gonna win. Okay, I'm just ready to fight. Your guys are talking. People on his side are talking. They're not fighting. People on my side are talking. They're not fighting. But I'm gonna fight, and he's not gonna have the championship come Saturday night.
Holyfield sees it all like this.
I look at this fight as two guys, the best in their eras, and it's all come down to how we handle pressure. I truly feel that when it comes down to for his talent, we just equal his talent and ability and strength, but I also know that pressure is bust fight, and I thank God for giving me peace of mind at the time of pressure, to overcome pressure, to have victory. I can thank you very much.
Afterwards, Tyson couldn't wait to get away, but the ever-available Holyfield was on his way to, you've guessed it, another press conference. Some good judges here feel he's lacking an edge and is maybe overconfident.
I can't really figure it out. It's a little confusing. That's the only element going into this fight that is difficult for me to figure out, is his mental state of mind, to the point where it seemed like he's overly relaxed, overly confident, and more concerned with really having a media relationship now than actually fighting.
So we went to Houston to find out the truth.
Morning, Evander. How you doing this morning?
Super. Feel good. It's early.
It's very early.
Early bird get the worm. And, the one who get up early is the one who prospers in life.
The same strict regime. Morning prayers, a rigid training routine, strength of body and strength of mind.
I love my job. You know, I wake up in the morning. You know, I don't hate going to work. I love what I'm doing.
New exercises have also been added. There's less sparring, but more work on balance and more thought.
I think he's smarter. I think he is in better shape. I think Don and Tommy have taught him some things that he has perfected, that he will use, that he did not use last camp.
And physically, Team Holyfield think he's even stronger.
He's healthier. We've had no injuries. I didn't think camp could be better than last camp, and it has been.
No question that Evander Holyfield is easily as motivated as he was on November the 9th.
He wants to prove that he's the very best in the history of the heavyweight division.
Everybody says that the last fight was a fluke, and he's out to prove them wrong.
I think it was a great performance that night.
And this time?
It'd just be even better.
Strategy was always going to be the key when two fighters of such pedigree and such contrasting styles finally came to meet. And it was Holyfield who mastered the tactical battle last time. No fear. A solid chin. Holyfield stamped his authority. He became the aggressor. His jab controlled the fight, and his fast counterpunches did the damage.
I was throwing punches halfway, and he would beat me to the punch by extending his punch. And then come forward, and the punch just be here, and counter me. He was just through. Had real fast counter punches. His first class counter puncher. It was awesome.
So where did Tyson go so horribly wrong? He threw single shots. No quick combinations, no head movement. He stood square on, wide open to those counters. There was no effectiveness from Tyson's jab. The knockout didn't come, and he had no plan B. When the corner was needed, they too had no answer.
I really thought I was just go over there and just obliterate him quickly, and I have no game plan.
Will he have one for the rematch? Richard Giacchetti is back. Can he reorganize Tyson again?
There's going to be motivation. There's going to be somebody be able to tell him what to do and give him the right instructions and help him through the fight.
But how much does Tyson himself want this? Was the postponement legitimate? Can he bring back those quick combinations that made him devastating? And if so, will Holyfield be able to cope? At 34, can he rise to the heights again? And will he put on such a skillful show?
When you weigh everything up, Holyfield is the better technician, the better fighter.
Tyson must prove himself this time. It could go early, it could go late, it could go either way. Tactically, it's the perfect clash.
You got one guy who's a big puncher, and you got one guy that's, a skilled boxer.
Mike Tyson weighs in at 218 pounds. 218 pounds.
Yes, Tyson, 15 stone 8 pounds, the lightest he's been since his release from jail. We'd heard he'd driven himself into great shape. Here was the proof.
218 pounds, the same weight for the champion, Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
The ever-serene Holyfield, exactly the same weight, but his heaviest ever. He says he's gone for extra leg strength and power. This was the last time they'll be together before they meet again in the ring. There's no doubt that Tyson, despite all he's achieved, has to prove here that he's not yesterday's man. But at least his fan club are in no doubt about the outcome.
Hi, Tyson! Got my shirt on. You got
Tyson in 5. Tyson in 5.
There's another guy here. What do you think?
Tyson in 7.
Is anybody a Holyfield fan here?
Nobody! Tyson's number one is Tyson!
Tyson's going to knock him out in the 3rd round. He's in great shape. Richard J. Kelly's done a great job, and Tyson's going to knock him out.
I have an edge, not because I won the fight, not because, I got the best of him. It's just what I believe in gives me an edge.
I'm looking forward to knocking him out. My theory is the destroyer be destroyed, and that's just, I love that theory, and I love that way of life.
This is a unique, rare, and wonderful mixture of sports and emotion and passion
that is going to be flowing that evening, excitement and the pumping of your heart. The adrenaline is flowing. The momentum is so large you can cut it with a knife, and it's growing by geometric progression. So the excitement is in the air. It is a contagion, and everyone is becoming addicted.